Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meadsy69 and welcome to Opentest 6.0. Now, today we're going to be doing this in real time, so I haven't pre-prepared anything, so it might go bad, it might not. So, obviously, the first and most importantly thing about update 6.0 are these four tanks right here: the Challenger, the Charioteer, the Conway, and the FV4005. They are coming in this update, so get grinding your Firefly now. You have like 3 or 4 weeks until the update goes live. Wargaming said end of May, beginning of June. So anytime around there, so you still have a few weeks to grind your Firefly, and that will bring you to the Challenger. So we're going to look at the tech tree. You can pretty much just see it there, and you can see from the Firefly you can get the Challenger, Charioteer, Conway, and the FV4005. In this open test, there is no sign of the Badger at all, so we know it's coming as a collectible. We don't know when. We don't know when, even if it will be this update. We are not sure. So before we have a look at these tanks, we are going to take these tanks into training room, because getting into a battle this time of night on the RU test server is a nightmare. But before we get underway looking at them, there is a few other things. Now, usually it's an interface. So on the side here, you've got the news, platoon, clans. You used to have something that says account. Now that's gone. That's disappeared. The reason being, if you go to settings, that is now there in your settings, and it just looks a bit different to what it normally is. But I just noticed that as I was just scrolling through. Basically, it was the only thing I noticed of the interface. So they have added that into a general, and it's in your settings there. So the only thing really I noticed there. Also, what I did notice is the A20 has, I believe, been fixed. So if we go over here, we have got calibrated shells, because with the HE pen, which was 105, which was the same as the heat pen, they have fixed it. So your HE pen is now 43. You can see the heat pen there at the side. It's now 43. So Wargaming definitely messed up with that. Otherwise, they wouldn't have changed it so quick. So that is now, that's fixed. So no more 5 A20s in a battle. So that is all fixed. Down to 43. That's when you know it was a mistake. From 105 to 43. So get playing your A20s, because you haven't got long. Other than that, I haven't really seen any changes. I'm a bit confused because of the, where are we? The Smasher. I thought I'd have a look at the Smasher to see if it was changed. Now, what I did notice is the hit points. The hit points is 1,515. That is with running the equipment for extra hit points. But on the current update that I was looking at, it's like 1,400 and something. So I don't know if this is all correct or not. But if you run it without the extra 6% HP, then you're looking at 1,350, which is what it is in 5.9, which is what it is now. But as soon as you put the improved HP on, it gives you 1,550. 15. So I'm not sure what that is, if that's actually a buff, or I don't know. But if you look at your current Smasher, running it with this improved assembly, I'm sure it's 1,400 and something. I'm not 100%. I can get back to you. I can load my game up right now on my other device, and while we're doing that, as I've said, I can't see any more changes. Doesn't mean there's not going to be any more changes, but for now, I just can't, because looking through every single tank, this is, I say to Wargaming, when there is a test server, open test server, at least let us know what we're looking for, because we have no idea what we're looking for. So I've got the Smasher up now on my other device, and it's 1435 hit points. That is running the improved assembly, 1435. This is 1515, so that might have actually got a little buff. I don't know. I'll be surprised, because it didn't need a buff. It needs a nerf. Other than that, all the stats are exactly the same. As you know, the popping turrets, the turrets exploding has also come into effect. It's not going to be for every tank. Wargaming will generally, they'll add bit by bit by bit. Probably each update they'll add a few, just to stable the server, and they don't want it to, the performance of the server pretty much is what they said. Also looking through their notes, the armor highlighting improvement in update 6.0. The penetration indication will be refined, so the red highlighting will now show penetration chances more accurately. Also, there will be significantly reduced chances of not penetrating the grey zone. So what they've done also is the armor penetration dispersion, which if you was on the Wargaming server, they did put a poll out to see if people wanted to see it changed. Now that's being reduced, so that's being reduced to 5%. Now at the moment, I believe it's 15%. So I think that's, even if you shoot grey area, you've got 15% chance of bouncing. And we all have that shot where you hit a grey area and it bounces, and you're just sitting there like, what the fuck was that? So Wargaming have reduced it to now 5%. So them shots that you think that you should pen, when you hit a grey area, should now pen. But enough of that. We are going to look at the four main tanks on this video. So the first up is the Challenger. It is a tier 7. We have it fully equipped, fully kitted out. HP 1120 HP, armor absolutely none, 50 armor, or 50 mil on the front, 40 mil on the side, and 50 on the rear. And your hull is not much better, 88 on your front, 50 on the sides, and 38 on the rear. View range 253, DPM 2227, which isn't bad at all. Reload time is 6.74, so nice quick firing gun. Penetration 220 on your AP, which is very good. 252 on your APCR, and 47 on your HG. And your average damage on that is 250 on your AP, 190 on your APCR, and 330 on the HG. Aim time 3.7, not the greatest, and dispersion 0.317, not so bad. 20 degrees elevation and 10 degrees of gun depression, and it goes 52 kilometers per hour. So not bad, doesn't look too bad. So we're going to go into training room, there's not much really we can do, but we're just going to see the tank drive around, because as I said, it's impossible to get. If I press that battle button, normally I would get into a battle by myself, and then you have to go cap. So nice, quick off the mark. It's, as I've said, it's got no armor. Traverse seems okay. It doesn't really feel like a TD, to be honest. It feels like a kind of like a Comet, except for a much bigger turret. 6.7 second reload for 220 alpha. Doesn't seem too bad, and I think with 10 degrees of gun depression, I think this tank's going to be a really good tank. Everyone's going to splash you with HE, of course. Everyone should be splashing you with HE. But other than that, it kind of feels okay, to be honest. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a nice grind, this tank. It's going to be a nice grind. Not nice reload. It has got a nice reload. Not bad damage. Nice gun depression. And very nice speed for a tank destroyer. So I think we've seen enough of the Challenger, and we're going to move on to the tier 8, the Charioteer. So let me pick the Charioteer. So we haven't actually, let's fully equip this out. We're not going to use, we're going to use the gun rammer. Going to use Caminet. No point getting the the armor. Uh, bu- 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 Ammunition, yeah, that will do. Pudding, whatever that is. Oh no, we don't want that. That's the HE. Consumable. I would definitely recommend this consumable, the spell liner, the spool liner. Sorry, because it's 40% extra um, aim time and 40% extra accuracy, which is crazy. I think that's going to be the spool liner is going to be an OP consumable, I think. So let's have a look at the stat wise on this. So the Charioteer tier 8 hit points 1, 2, 3, 5. Again, you look at that armor. The turrets on all of these tanks is literally nothing. Everyone's going to be hitting you with HE. I mean, you've got 30 mil of turret armor on the front. Your HE does 105, which is very, very good. 105? That's crazy. 105? Mm. Um, so that's crazy. 105 is very, very good. So DPM 3325 for a tier 8 TD, that is wow. 6.32 seconds reload, and it does 350 damage. Wow, 245 penetration on the APCR. You've got two HEs. Looks like you've got two HEs, and it's a tier 10 gun. So what we got? So you got the cheap HE, and you got this HE. So you're not going to be running many of this HE. That's, I think, but that's very good. That's very good. So where are we? So 3,325. That's crazy. APCR 350, HE 440, and HE 440 on your damage. Aim time 2.9, which is great. Dispersion 0.315, which is great. Well, not the best, but it's okay. Gun depression 10 degrees, and it has 48 kilometers of speed. Average speed 39. There's your traverse, terrain. I think this tank is going to be crazy. I think Rib R1B mentioned this in our contributor channel, saying this is a little bit OP. And going by the numbers, I think he couldn't be more wrong. He couldn't be more right. Sorry. So you got the speed, 10 degrees of gun depression, that amazing HE pen, very nice speed, and again, just like the tier 7, it does not feel like a TD. And you've got to remember that when you're playing in battle, you are a TD. So you don't go rushing in because everyone is just going to wreck you. But I think with this current stats, this will get. I think this will get nerfed. 3,300 DPM. I'm sure that makes it one of the best, highest DPM TDs, at least in tier 8. Maybe if not the highest DPM tank in tier 8. But I think this is going to be absolute crazy. And it's a tank I might actually skip to get straight away. I might skip the tier 7 and just go for this, because I think this is going to be completely OP. Just that rate of fire, the penetration, the HE penetration. I think this is going to be definitely a very, very nice tank. We don't want to chat. But that's enough of that. So I look forward to the Charioteer. Definitely, that's going to be pretty good. So moving on to Conway. The Conway looks very similar to the FE4005. Let me just equip it. There we go. Again. Wow. High explosive, 190 to 210. Very good penetrations on your high explosive again. Just like any British tank. Most British tanks have got good penetration, either HESH or HE. Again, you're going to run the spall liner. So let's have a look at the Conway. So Conway 2020 hit points. The turret is a bit stronger on the Conway actually, 132. Your hull's nothing. You got nothing on your hull. 264 view range. Damage per minute 3054, so a little bit less uh, than the Charioteer. Reload time 11.79. Average penetration 260 on your AP, 200 on your HE, on your expensive HE, and 70 on your cheap HE. So that's very good. 200 HE, and the damage, you do 600 damage on your AP, 670 on your expensive HE, but you do 770 on your cheap HE. That's pretty good. I like the way they've done that. You spend cheap, you get big. I like the way they've done that. More damage on your cheap HE. 3.5 aim time, 0.344 dispersion. So not great dispersion at all. It does have 10 degrees of gun depression, and again, it's a very fast tank at 40 kilometers per hour. So we're going to have a quick look at this. It's a shame we can't get into battle, because I'd love to get into some battles. Actually, in the FV4005, we did get into, not a couple of battles, but we went into training room and just 1 versus 1 some Russian dude. So we will have a look at that. But nice big tank. Again, not a bad reload for the damage it does. That's what you're looking at, 11.8. So the reload is still very good. You think of the Chinese tier 9, that's like 16 seconds reload. So adrenaline puts it down to 9.8, so it knocks 2 seconds off. But again, I've got a feeling this tank's going to be really, really good as well, because the speed as well, the damage, you can pop shots and then get around the map pretty quickly. So I think this tank's going to be a pretty good tank as well. I think this tank's going to be better than the FV4005. I really do. But not a bad tank. Not a bad tank. Feels nice. Speed's really, really nice. The gun's really, really nice. So I'm going to be looking forward to that tank as well. So next up, we have the FV4005. So let me just cancel that room. We don't need that room no more. So the FV4005. So it is all equipped already. So the hit point's 2020. Hang on a minute. So it actually has the same hit points as the Conway. So that's So the tier 10 has the same hit points as the tier 9. Okay. Your turret, 14 armor, 14 mil of armor on your turret, front, back, and sides. That's everyone is going to be shooting HE, and if you're not shooting HE at this turret, you are a noob. Simply face the turret, shoot HE at the turret. View range 282. Damage per minute 3,431, which is very good. Very good DPM for a tier 10 autoloader. That's almost as good as your Object 140s. That is very good. 18.1 seconds on your magazine reload, and that's 3 seconds on your shell shell reload time, and you got 3 shells. And don't forget, you're going to pump that up a little bit if you run the equipment, not the equipment, sorry, your provisions. Not your provisions, your consumables. The shell reload, where it knocks it down to 2.1 seconds. in between each shell. So stat wise, very good indeed. Armor wise, very poor. So your average damage 460 on your AP, 390 on your APCR, and 550 on your HE. Aim time 3.4, dispersion 0.319, and it has 10 degrees of gun depression. And again, speed is 40 kilometers per hour. So let's just go to our replays. So we had a replay. It was 2 versus 2. Me and another FE4005 versus a mouse and an E5. So let's just... I don't know what they're saying. I'm English. So we're going to skip it up. So here we go. You got 10 degrees of gun depression. Now, normal tanks, you can use that gun depression and it can make your turret bouncy. This, you can't. You use your gun depression on this, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get very easily penned on your turret. And don't forget, you've got a very big turret. Very big turret. Very troll bounce on that mouse there. And you can see they're both focusing on my teammate, which means we can get a shot. Now, he's a one shot. I'm still full hit points. We can do it. As long as we hide, we're going to reload. We're going to use the rock to reload, which is a must. You have to have cover when you are magazine reload. You have to have cover. Now we're going to hit that shell reload, and you can see 2.1 seconds, 450 damage. 2.1 seconds later, 575 damage, and again another 2.1 second, 463. So that is just crazy. 6 seconds, we've just dealt 1300 hit points, nearly 1400. They do take out my E5, my FE4005. So we're gonna try. We did try and make the turret explode, but for some reason it didn't. He was % of his HP left, and we do get very lucky here. So we do get a max roll 575, and you can see he is shooting HE, so he is doing it right. But he let us ram him for the win. So it was a nice battle actually for me. Not bad. We did get lucky. But it does feel alright. The tank does feel okay. Now we're going to just show you this. What one should we show you? They're both the same. So let's just show you this one. This one was just a 1 versus 1. Again, against another Russian dude. And we're just going to show you the HE on this thing against another one of these. So we're going to get spotted. And again, like I said, we've got the HE loaded. We're going to use that quick shell reload. We should have used it already. 2 seconds later, 2 seconds later, 371. That was a very low roll. But we do now put him down to 574. So you can deal damage very quickly. If you can manage to HE anything and max roll, you can deal damage very quickly. Now, I don't think the tank is OP, but that consumable where the shell reload, if they bring that to any other tank, which they will, they only introducing it to these new tanks for now, but they will introduce it to other tanks. I'm assuming like the AMX-50B, Backchats, all the auto-loader tanks. Eventually, I think they will add them. Now, I just think that is just too OP. It's 30% extra. 2.1 seconds is absolutely crazy. Now, pretty much that is it. That is all I can find on this test server. You've got a nice tea time attachment there on the FE4005. I don't know if you can actually add it on any British tank. Let's have a look. Tier 10. Let's see if we can add it on this. Attachments. No, we can't. So it looks like that attachment just on the new tanks. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I did it in real time, but I didn't really have time to record all the footage or get the footage, record it all, then add voice. So I thought I'd do it a bit differently and do it real time. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As said, update 6.0 at the end of May or beginning of June. So we'll look forward to it, and I really can't wait to play some of these tanks, especially the tier 8 and the tier 9, because I think this in particular, the Charioteer, is going to be a little bit OP. But we'll see. We'll see when it goes live. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.